Di ba siya yung nagiging belle of yung ABS-CBN ball, di ba? Parang
That she exudes.
Jr., di ba?
Na parang lumalabas lang siya na she doesn't even have to say anything, di ba? Parang she just stands there and she looks amazing.
Parang imagine ko, siguro kung 90 years old na si Lucy Torres,
maganda pa rin.
She removed her shoes. In a full gown with a slight slit, umupo siya sa sahig. And yet, nakaupo siya sa sahig. Pag tinignan mo, effortless, ang ganda-ganda pa rin niya, ang elegante-elegante pa rin niya.
At hindi katangkaran masyado, ha?
Opo. Pero yun na, parang malakas yung dating, parang si Richard Gomez. Diba?
The Pod Network Entertainment.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Best 10 Bets. Ako po si Butch Francisco and with me is...
And this is Leo Katigbak. Welcome. And joining us for this edition, from Metro Style, the beauty and wellness editor, Kate Paras Santiago. Welcome.
Hello everyone. Hi. Thanks for having me.
She's as beautiful as her title.
Kaya medyo nag-dress down kami ni Butch. Kasi parang feeling ko kahit anong isuot namin, mahirap maging ano.
Nag-dress down. This is my best outfit ever.
Okay.
ito na yun.
Pero ang masasabi ko lang kasi, while I do loud colors and bold designs, I cannot rock the nipple look of Butch. So
Actually sa totoo lang, loud lang siya.
Okay.
hindi yung loud yung colors. Okay.
But did you guys talk about the color?
Of course not. We never agree on anything.
Actually, we normally don't sync in terms of colors. So, nagulat lang ako kung bakit kami biglang pareho.
Okay, let's start. At number 10, I have Richard Gomez.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, pwede bang sabihin ko, Richard Gomez before.
Mm-hmm.
Alam mo, hindi ka na welcome sa Ormoc.
Hindi, pero hindi ko naman sinasabing, ito ang pinaka-stylish siya.
Sige, save yourself.
Pinaka-stylish siya before yung noon, yung peak talaga ng career niya. No? Ngayon, kasi kung mayor ka naman na marami ka iniintindi.
So sinasabi mo pag mayor ka, you're not going to be stylish anymore? That the job makes you have poor taste in clothes?
Well, depende sa mayor. Merong mga mayor sa fashion victims. Hanggang persona nung grata na ako sa buong Pilipinas. Anyway, no. Hindi, aminin naman natin. Kasi magsasawa ka rin sa kawo-workout din, di ba? So, ngayon, siyempre, ang priority ni Mayor Richard Gomez ay pagsilbihan ng kanyang constituents.
Correct.
Hindi na baling.
So, parang
to hell with this body.
Parang ganito, gym, constituents.
Correct.
Constituents, gym.
Diba? So,
tama yung priorities. Correct.
Kaya, diba?
Pati mo nag-agree naman kami.
Yeah.
Okay, sige. Anyway, kasi noon, ito isang bagay lang pwede ko sabihin.
Kaya mo yung post na yan?
Nagawa ko na yan. Swear, nagawa ko yan. Ilan lang yung tao, aside from yung mga Indiano, no? Ang pwede who can get away with wearing a turban. Sa Filipino movies, ang alam ko lang, si Fred Cortez, yung asawa ni Anita Linda, ang lumabas sa Ibong Adarna, at saka si Nestor de Villa, also sa Ibong Adarna. Pero si Richard Gomez, in one Star Awards presentation, dumating siya nakaturban. Sa tao, yung buhok talaga importante. Diba? Kasi parang pwede mong laruin. Diba?
Yes.
Yung parang ayaw mong parang naked ka pag wala ka yung
If your hair is not done.
Yeah. Tapos, you have to be very, very confident. At saka basically, you really need to have a good bone structure to be able to get away with a turban.
I get why you say Richard Gomez though. Kasi recently, I just saw him in a fashion show. And I could say that he's one of those celebrities that I still feel starstruck when I see him. Kasi madating talaga siya. Like, artista kasi talaga yan.
Hindi, tsaka malakas ang X factor niya.
Yes, that's true. Even, as he aged, parang he aged well.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say about Richard Gomez. So anything he wears, kahit na let's say he's not in the gym as often, it still looks good on him. Kasi he has the height. Yun nga, malakas ang dating.
Nice skin color.
Nice skin color.
He has the proportion also. Kasi, merong matangkad ka pero mukha kang punggok.
Correct,
diba?
correct.
So, yun sa kanya, he has the right proportions.
Yes.
Kaya naman model rin siya dati.
Correct.
Ayun. At number 9, Alden Richards. Ako, eto, maiksi lang nasabihin ko sa kanya. Si Alden, ang kanyang accessory lamang ay ang kanyang dimples. Tapos, pwede kang bagayan kasi maganda yung skin tone niya. Mukha siya malinis. Yung parang kumbaga siguro elementary ito na I can imagine. Lagi siya nananalong neatest student
Yes.
Siguro yun. O kaya siya ang do you agree with me?
For Alden kasi, proportion, he's not that tall, but proportion din yung body niya. If you notice, he looks good in suits. Diba? In mga red carpet events, you always look forward to what he's gonna wear on the red carpet. So I really agree with that. And he's also one of the most charming, nicest actors in show business. I mean, he's one of the most memorable celebrities we've had on the cover. Like me personally, I can still remember that shoot that we had with him. Kasi he was so warm and really nice.
Ito dito pwede mong sabihin yung kasabihan na the face is the mirror of the soul.
Correct.
Oo,
yes.
Di ba?
That's
Gets
true.
mo yun?
Tinitingnan ko tuloy kung ano yung nami-mirror nag-face mo. Ay, wala. Alam mo, tumatawa kayo. May sinabi ba akong masama?
Wala.
Ang sinabi ko lang, nagbigay siya ng opening, tinignan ko ang mukha niya, tinitingnan ko kung ano yung nami-mirror.
At number 8, Gloria Romero.
Ooh.
Yeah, kasi si Gloria
Icon.
Romero, lalo nung bago pa lang siya, nandun siya sa Sampaguita Pictures, yung mga the Vera Perez family na nag-alaga sa kanya. Siya yung para siyang living doll.
Yeah.
Yung let's say galing ang biyahe, may mga nabili mga accessories, lalagyan siya ng coronet sa ulo. At saka siya, yung mapagpasensya siya, hindi siya magagalit. Yung parang gagawin siyang manikin. Yun. Tsaka kahit anong ilagay mo sa kanyang bagay. Kaya nga noon, di ba, nagmo-model din siya kay Ramon Valera at saka Pitoy Moreno.
Yes.
Pero kasi nung araw naman, di ba, wala naman masyadong sweldo ang mga models before, di ba? So, pero lagi siyang kasama.
Parang muse.
Oo, yung ganun. Tapos, pero, ang totoo niyan, ang mga sinusuot niyang damit, nagpapatahi lang siya ng mga duster sa kamuning. Pero, ito yung mga sinusuot niya sa palibasa lalaki. Na akala mo mahal, di ba?
Yes,
Tita Minerva.
Oo. Tapos hanggang ngayon, she's 90 years old. Ang ganda pa rin niya. Tapos kahit ibihis mo sa kanya,
Yes.
bagay.
I think it has a lot to do with confidence also.
Yeah.
Through the years, diba, parang she's considered an icon. But from then until now, it's the way she carries the clothes. Kasi there are certain people who can wear, kunwari, designer clothes from head to toe, pero hindi nila madala because they don't have the self-confidence. I think she has that. So timeless, siya, fashion icon. That's what I would call her.
Nung pinanganak siya, she was already screaming with grace.
Yes.
Parang,
correct.
diba, parang siguro paglabas siya sa womb ng nanay niya, sa parang graceful na siya.
Parang she reminds me of Grace Kelly.
Oo.
But she's always had the height and the proportion for it.
Also.
So I think the reason na maganda ang bagsak ng damit, dahil tumutugma siya dun sa mo. Kasi sabi ko nga, di ba, meron naman matangkad ka pero mukha kang punggok o kaya you're either too stocky or masyadong malaki ang balakang mo. So, pero she got it, genetically, she is, she lends her form to good grooming and good dressing.
She's 5'6". During her time, matangkad na yun.
But even if you say that she's 5'6", when you look at her,
she looks
without
tall.
Anybody else next to her, she actually looks taller.
She looks tall.
Okay.
Correct.
Oo nga, kasi ang ganda
nasa tayo.
Ang ganda ng tayo.
That was also the era. Kaya di ba ina-encourage nila, ang babae naka-high heels lagi.
True.
Kasi ang high heels sa babae nakakaganda ng tayo.
Tayo. Yes.
At number 7, Lorna Tolentino.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Mga OG.
Ilan ang mga artista ang pwede mo sabihin? Ito siya, siguro sa lahat nga na artista, siya yung pinakamaraming na panalunan ng Star of the Night. Parang every year in every awards race program, lagi siyang nahihirang na Star of the Night.
I see her kasi is one of the most regal looking actresses.
At hindi katangkaran masyado.
Opo. Pero yun na, parang malakas yung dating, parang si Richard Gomez, di ba? I mean, with that kind of face, di ba? How can you not
she
have that
exudes
confidence?
elegance and class.
Exactly. Until now.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah.
Diba? And her choices of gowns, they're always parang very regal nga eh. Red carpet worthy, I would say.
Number 6, Gretchen Barreto. Si Gretchen sa akin kasi parang, ang napansin ko, ako basically ignorante ko sa fashion, pero ang napansin ko sa kanya, she never follows trends.
Yeah.
And parang bang ang nangyayari, parang but she knows how to put things together.
Yes.
Yun. And it looks good. At mukhang original.
Yes.
Yun.
When I see her, parang she doesn't need to wear screaming logos to look expensive, to look really nice. Parang madalas nga black eh. Basic black. And then she just has like a signature, parang statement, kunwari gold necklace. Tas walang makeup. And she looks good. Di ba? Another timeless, stylish icon
Siya yung,
for
kumbaga,
me.
she develops her own style.
Correct.
Oo.
She doesn't follow trends.
At yun ang sinasabi natin, stylish, di ba?
I think important to be stylish, I don't think you should necessarily follow trends. Kailangan you know what works for you. Diba?
Okay, at number 5, Daniel Padilla. Kasi parang feeling ko, he can get away with anything. Kahit suit o t-shirt. Kaya niya. Kasi slender yung katawan.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's one of the risk takers naman in his generation.
That was what I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
For example, the last ABS-CBN ball, diba, he wore a kimono. I mean, who would expect to wear something like that? But he really did look good. Diba? Even with the eyewear, the earrings, it all worked eh.
Pero he
It's
has
the
height
attitude.
and the proportions also.
And the
he has
attitude.
And he has the confidence to
Correct.
to rock it.
Correct. Parang alam niyang he owned it eh. That moment na parang, you know when someone's confident, di ba?
Yeah.
In what
Huwag lang
he's
sana
wearing.
pagdating ng after mga 30 years, lumobo siya. No?
I hope not.
Oo. Number 4, Bel Mariano.
Wow, yes.
Di ba siya yung nagiging Belle of yung
the
ABS-CBN
prom.
ball, di ba?
Tsaka they recently had the prom, she also looks
Yeah.
great, di ba? Si Belle kasi has been our cover girl for quite a while now.
Okay.
And we've seen her evolve through each cover that we've had her. Now she's at that stage na medyo she's also taking risks na. Kasi she's getting older.
Yes.
She's growing into her own woman, diba? Like, if you can see our cover, she shows a little bit more skin. And I think it's also the confidence that she brings to every outfit that makes her look good.
Yeah.
Parang she's one of those Gen Z style icons right now.
Okay.
People wait for what she's gonna wear.
At number 3, si Pia Wurtzbach.
Yes.
Kasi, sa akin naman kasi, kung meron kang nakakapag-attend ka ng mga Fashion Week, saan ba? Paris, Milan,
London,
London,
New York.
Siguro naman, fashionable ka, no?
Yeah.
Ito lang gusto kong malaman. Pagka ba yung ganong glam team, sino nagbabayad ng ganon?
Usually it's their personal. Out of their money. Out of their pockets.
Tapos nababawi nila yun.
Most likely, kasi marami silang endorsements na nakukuha from that.
If they're influencers, they should.
Yeah. And every post that they do on Instagram gets paid.
Yeah.
Every appearance in events gets paid. So, parang that's a little investment that they do to help them look put together.
Yung recent photographs na nakikita mo, happy ka ba?
Yung Fashion Week?
Hindi, basically yung mga pinopost niya.
Yeah,
lately.
I think it was a major glow up. Kasi parang not to say na she didn't look good before, but now parang there's a different, air of confidence also with her. Kasi now that she's also one of the parang permanent fixtures na in Fashion Week. Parang she's been taking risks also with her outfits. Not just, kasi diba, we were so used to seeing her in a gown lang, beauty contest, that kind of thing. But now parang kahit yung mga street style looks niya, iba yung lakad, iba yung dating, the way she looks at the camera, the way she carries herself. I really like it.
Do you think Art Evangelista will say the same thing?
About
Pia?
I'm not sure. I am not in any position to comment on that. But they are both their own stars. I mean...
Okay. So, tinatanong ko lang naman. Kasi baka friends kayo ni Hart.
Wala namang ganun.
Yeah. Nakasama ko si Hart for a long time in a show. Pero hindi na kayo masyado nag-uusap. So, baka mas make...
Padala natin yung link kay Cheese.
Ay ba yun? Kumpare kayo.
So yeah, I agree with Pia.
And then at number 2, Lucy Torres. Si Lucy, ito lang talaga yung, I remember Urian 2004, dumating siya, presenter na sandali ka lang sa stage. Nagpagawa siya ng damit kay, I think, Randy Ortiz to the tune of 90,000 pesos.
Oh my gosh.
Kahit ngayon, malaki ang 90,000 pesos.
Correct.
In 2004, napakalaki. ng 90,000 pesos.
At kay Randy Ortiz pa.
Yun. Talagang fashionable siya. Tsaka, kasi before I left ABS-CBN to study abroad in 1998, Siya ang pinakahuling-huling na interview ko eh. Tapos, na-remember sa Roper Studio, doon kami nagkita. Doon ang...
sa tapat ng dating LVN.
Yun, okay. So, nakita ko, sabi ko, parang kamukha siya ng Immaculado Concepcion. Yung parang mukha siyang Immaculate Concepcion as rendered by si Murillo. Don't you agree? Di ba? Mukha siyang birhen. So,
si Lucy, no, I mean, of course, apart from having that face, di ba? How can you go wrong with that face? It's also her height. It's also her...
Oh, yeah.
She's so statuesque.
Correct.
Even if you put her in a white t-shirt, she looks fashionable in it, di ba? So I think, kumbaga alas niya yun. But then, when she makes an effort to dress up, it makes her look all the more beautiful, di ba? And it's that innate grace that she has.
parang
that
siyang
she
Doro Romero
exudes.
Jr., di ba?
Na parang lumalabas lang siya na she doesn't even have to say anything, di ba? Parang she just stands there and she looks amazing.
Parang imagine ko, siguro kung 90 years old na si Lucy Torres, maganda pa rin.
Maganda pa rin.
Oo naman.
Undoubtedly. Yeah.
Okay.
Ang feeling ko, she will have the same bearing like a Gloria Romero.
And at number 1, Heart
Of
Evangelista.
course.
Kasi-
The fashion muse.
Alam mo yung si Heart, well, kasi siguro, ang mukha kasi niya, hindi naman siya Caucasian ang dating. Di ba? Very, very pretty Asian.
Asian.
Ang itsura niya, hindi naman katangkaran. But anything you put on her, kahit hindi mamahalin,
Yeah.
kahit siguro kahit Divisoria Prada, nagmumukhang mahal pag sinabit mo kay Heart.
Correct. Para siyang Asian doll. That's how I see her. And parang style chameleon siya kasi. Like you said, no, kahit anong suotin niya. And she's very experimental with what she wears. Parang one day you will see her walking the streets of Paris in a gown, and then the other she's gonna be in a bra and jeans, and she'll still look good. Parang I think that's the quality of a style chameleon, na parang she's able to transform just like that, and parang isipin mo, what is it about her that makes her look good? She just has that it
Yeah.
factor.
2 years kami nagkasama sa show. Parang wala naman kami nakitang kaarte yan sa katawan niya. Pero pagka yung binihisan mo siya talaga, tapos inirampa mo sa labas.
Yes.
Parang nagtatransform siya into another person.
Correct.
Pero
Yung
si
glamorous.
Heart rin yung classic case na hindi siya matangkad.
Oo.
Pero her
Yes.
proportions are
Proportional
right.
lang.
Yes.
So, the moment you see her, lalo na pag walang katabi, you'd actually think that she's larger than life.
Yeah. I actually interviewed her about 2 months ago at an event. Sabi ko, what's one thing about yourself that you used to hate that you love now? And she said, her height daw. Kasi she used to be, parang, whenever she goes abroad, she feels like she's tiny. But now she embraces that because she's different from all of them.
Yeah.
Pero
That's
kung tumangkad siya, hindi siya sumikat sa pelikula.
Most probably.
Kasi di ba,
Hindi siya matatanggap.
bihira ang
Yeah.
sumisikat talaga na matangkad sa pelikula.
Correct.
Naging kontrabida ka.
Yeah.
Pwede.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that, ito ang aking listahan. Kate, salamat. We will be,
Thank you.
she'll
Thank
be
you,
joining
thank
us again later.
It's going to be my list. And joining us now is Metro.Style's Editor-in-Chief, Jolette Esguerra. Hi, Jolette.
Hello, hi, thanks for having me here.
Poor woman. You have
Exciting.
to react to Leo's list.
Ay, ano ba dito
Okay,
after?
before I go on my list, there's a bit of a caveat there. My list actually skews a bit younger. But the reason rin that my list is this composition, I understand that there's a lot of celebrities who look very, very stylish. But I wanted to go, but my thinking kasi on it is, a lot of their personal style has to go into their choices also. So, minsan kasi, ang dami-dami ko nakikita, magaling sila mag-BS and everything, but you know, they have a glam team and everything. This is a mix of people who I've seen in their most regular appearances or away from the cameras and whatever. Yet their the way they dress up or the way they look speaks very strongly of ano yung style nila. Number 10 on my list is Julia Barreto. Si Julia, I've seen her like when she would go to Star Magic before and when she would make kwentuhan with sina Mr. M. And you know, when you see her in events, she's very, very elegant. But she can just be in jeans and she can be in a shirt and whatever. But it's so well put together na alam mo na kinuha lang niya yan sa closet niya eh. So
Malay mo naman.
well, well, as far as I know, as far as I see, siguro naman wala silang stylist dahil pupunta lang sila at makikipag-meeting, ano. So
May ganun. Oy, meron nga nagpupunta lang ng gym, nag-aayos pa eh.
Pwede. Well, let's put it this way. When I was talking to Rosa Rosal, sabi ko, Mami Rose, bilib na bilib ho ako sa mga stars ng LVN. Sabi ko na pag lumabas, kailangan bis na bis. Sabi ni Mami Rose sa akin, ako yung nagsabi niyan kahit kina Doña Sisang, na pag ang artista lumabas, the moment lumabas, they have to look their best. So, si Mami, galing kay Mami Rose mismo yun.
At sa sampagitan, may penalty sila.
Oh, well, that's probably, but you have to remember, Mami Rose was LVN, so it's even earlier than Sampaguita. So anyway, Julia Barreto is my number 10 on my list.
Super agree with this. What's amazing about Julia is that she's young,
Yes.
right? But then she has that parang je ne sais quoi in
Yes.
French. Like, you have the genes, diba?
Yes.
The bone structure. Everything
Akala
looks
ko
good
pair
on
of
her.
jeans.
Everything
So,
looks good on
jeans,
her.
jeans,
Oo,
as in-
jeans. The Barreto
Genetic,
jeans,
genetic,
diba?
okay.
How can you fail with that?
Kasi niya kanina jeans.
Ayan, so we have the jeans.
Okay.
And then, meron siyang, there's that parang, she's very nonchalant, na parang, I
Yes.
just found this. Tapos, so,
Correct.
she wears the trends also. So, crop top, naka-jeans, naka-shorts when it was trendy also. And then, for some reason, she just makes it look like she just dresses that
It's
way.
effortless.
It's effortless.
Kasi diba Juliet, meron kasing iba na magbibihis o kahit naka-ordinary, pero parang hinihiyaw nila na, ito yung suot ko. Siya, parang wala. Parang, I woke up that way.
Parang ganyan.
Okay, next on my list is Pia Wurtzbach. I like the way she dresses, but I don't have as many encounters with her. I do get the sense that a lot of there are instances na it's still like a group, not so much personal taste. She looks fabulous every time she comes out, but I just don't get the sense that it's really more of her taste yet because I haven't been exposed that much to her. But,
I would say that most beauty queens actually, diba, they're trained that way. That even if they have, stylists to help them, they still prepare their own wardrobe when they're out there.
Yes.
So in a way, they get to shape their style. You'll
Yes.
see that when she was competing. And then what's interesting about Pia naman is parang mas adventurous siya ngayon.
Yes.
And
I
you
have
see
seen
that
that,
with
but-
the different,
yeah.
with her different
Yeah.
outfits in Fashion Week,
Yes, yes,
diba?
yes.
So, she is blooming. She is discovering her style. And you'll see it season after season. In the beginning, she'll just wear, the trends ng head to toe. She'll just choose one, parang one full brand and so on. Ngayon, you see that she's mixing and matching. Parang she's playing with her hair. Tapos, she finally understood her she's so gifted.
Yes,
She
yes,
has
yes.
a gorgeous body.
Yes, yes.
So she makes full use of that. Kita
Yeah.
mo kasi there are some outfits that are hard to pull off when
Correct,
you're
correct,
not
correct.
that, you don't have that height. So she maximizes it.
Correct,
And
correct.
that's why angat na angat siya during Fashion Week.
Yes.
Na parang people want to take photos of her kasi
Yeah,
you feel that it's an extension of the runway.
Yeah, yeah.
So in a way, I would say that while a lot of our stars are assisted by their stylists, their
Yes,
glam
yes, yeah.
teams, it's still them bringing out these clothes and interpreting them on their bodies.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I agree naman
Yeah.
with that. It's just that I guess I'm still at the stage where I think I don't get the sense that it's organic to them yet. It's more of a conscious decision that I want to project this rather than an extension already of their personality. And that's why I think, as you'll see from my ranking, mas yun yung nagfa-factor in dun sa positioning ko sa kanila.
Yeah. Mrs. Guerra, question lang.
Uy, ang formal na Miss Esguerra, ha?
Curious lang ako, ano bang mga pwede mong mga bienes na matatanggap mo? Let's say, pag nag-attend ka ng Fashion Week. Kasi, naglalakad ka lang sa kalye, hindi ka naman sa... Ganun ba yun?
yeah, so sobrang complicated ng Fashion Week. So first, some stars book their Fashion Week schedules even without getting their invitations yet. Kasi the invitations come in, you don't actually know which shows that you will get your invitation to. So for most of the stars, they only go to one show, so the show would invite them. But for the stars who really work Fashion Week, like I would say Heart, she's been doing that, and Pia, talagang nag-a-allot sila ng time that they're gonna stay in Paris, in Milan for a certain time. And then, there's one thing to go inside the show. Pero sa labas din, may preening, peacocking din doon. People who aren't invited inside the shows, that's where they do their streetwear photos, their snaps. So para kita mo yung background nung location, pero hindi ka naman nakapasok. But it's fine, you're at your show entrance.
Pero sila Pia at sila Hart, sa loob sila sa labas.
Of course, they're inside, they're front row. And
Runway talaga.
Si Hart, di ba? Nag-runway siya.
Yes, in some cases runway, but most of the time they're guests. And these days they're friends of the brand, which means that yung rotation of the brands wherein nasa photo wall, di ba pag photo wall, and may allotted time ka sa photo wall, you're part of the main group of the brand. So they're now almost always part of that. Hindi na lang sila basta guests. They're part of the content that is given out to the publications from all over the world.
I actually see a lot of their photos also because my nephew goes to Fashion Week. Martin Romero. He's my nephew.
Yes.
He goes there and he has been photographing them. So I've actually seen a lot of his posts also. Now, my next on my list, this would probably be an unusual choice, but largely because I did work with her, Kula Despa. Si Ku, I used to work with her many years ago in Ku by Special Arrangement. And the one thing that always struck me with Ku was never followed any fashion trend, but she knew exactly what looked good on her. I remember there was one time we had a meeting in her house for one of the episodes. Tapos nakasuot siya sako. As in, literally pag nakita mo, sako siya. Pero nung suot-suot niya, nung tinitin ako, sabi ko, sa lahat naman ng sako, bakit naman napakaganda ng bagsak nito and whatever. So, nagmimiti kami, parang tinatastas pa niya yung dulo and whatever. But it looked like a very elegant attire on her. I remember...
Hindi naman siya nangangati dahil...
Ewan ko, siguro hindi. Pagkatapos, I remember the Metro Pop where she sang Till I Met You. Remember, she was just wearing a white dress.
Hindi pa siya buhay noon.
Well, she was probably see the clips. Pero she just had like her hair na basa. And people were saying, ano ka ba, parang lumabas ka sa banyo pagkatapos nag-perform ka na. But that was the thing with her eh. Wherever she appeared, she was always comfortable in what she was wearing, in how she was wearing it, in how she looked. And then after that, people were talking about as if it was a fashion statement. So to me, because I witnessed it, na even whether it was meetings, whether nakamaong lang siya, whether nakabandana lang siya, and even now, when you looked at her, she still dresses up elegantly, whether she's performing in her shows, or whether she's taking somebody on a tour of Hacienda Isabela. Alam mong meron siyang taste.
I guess siguro
alam niya ang gusto niya.
Yung katawan niya, di ba? Yung napaka-slender.
Pero sa totoo lang, malaki ni Ku.
Baka ngayon na lang.
Kahit noon, malaki yung hips ni Ku. But she knew how to dress to complement it rather than to augment it. Hindi kasi katulad ng iba, di ba? Medyo malaki balakang mo, sikip-sikip dito, nahalata, nagmumukha kang punggok. Siya, naiikutan niya yun eh.
Si Ku, kahit na yung parang ang damit niya para siya maglalabas sa batis, di ba? May ganong
meron
nadadala niya.
Yung instinctively, may pulso siya how she would look eh.
Yeah. Yung style naman has a lot to do with self-knowledge. You have to know who you are.
Correct.
And with her, she knows exactly who she is. She has a look, especially like when she
likes the ethnic style. Kasi alam niya that complements how
her features. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yung sa kanya, diba,
although half Lebanese siya.
Yung mga kahit damit igurot or whatever, kayang-kaya niya eh. Whether it's the cover of Ako ay Pilipino, makikita mo na she's wearing it, she's comfortable with it, it's not something that she's projecting.
Yes, and you remember when she do her pantsuit, diba? All those other looks. She knows how to play around with different looks.
Next on my list, Piolo Pascual. Now, si Piolo, I've always liked the way he's dressed up. Although I think some of his recent posts, I think yun yung medyo he's pushing it a little too hard. Kasi nandun yung yung comfort, hindi yan, something more parang Timothy Chalamet. Meron siyang recently na ginawang ganun eh. Ang feeling ko lang, I think for certain looks, you really have to be comfortable with it. I remember, I was talking to a friend of mine, two friends of mine, one was Italian, one was French. Bakit kayo, pag nagbibihis kayo, you look so comfortable, it seems like you're so relaxed in it. Sabi nila, Leo, the way we dress is an extension of our personality. Literally, if you're telling us that, we're in a suit, we can have breakfast in a suit, we can go to bed and sleep in a suit, then we can go straight to a fashion event and we would still look good because we are so comfortable in it na parang kumbaga, idinagdag mo na lang sa katawan namin yon. I get that sense with Piolo, even when you see him in casual attire. Kaya lang, may conscious siya na nagpo-project rin. But, ayun, that's how he ranks in my list.
Yeah. Well, Piolo looks really good in
and
suits.
And he's the proportion, he has the height and the build.
And the face.
Also the charisma.
Yeah, the charisma.
To bring it forward. So it's like, I think it is something that he has grown into through the years.
Correct.
Yes. So something that, kasi, being styled, being dressed up, in a way, parang he has found his style. And that's why whenever he goes very laid back and casual, diba, parang kita mo pa rin that, the way he picks his shirts, jeans, and then you do a blazer now, diba, that's his
may
look.
instinct na yun sa kanila eh. Kasi like, I've traveled with them na wala naman silang kasamang stylist eh. But they would do shows in different parts of the world. Alam mong, wardrobe na lang yun. And alam mong mix and match siya. Pero pulso na eh. May taste sila kung paano paghahalu-haluin yun eh.
And it's up to with some help of styling to push them in different directions. Like, why don't you try something more textured for your suits? Why don't you try this certain cut and so on? So I think it's also important for them to experiment. Kasi when you know your style already, so you keep with that and then you try to go in different directions, trying different styles and trends.
Correct. Next on my list, which some people might be surprised with, is Jody Santa Maria. Si Jody, you'll see her in events and everything. She will not be in a flamboyant gown. She will not be in something na magkakagulo lahat. But to me, she has always had elegance. Even for example, when she was doing the show Broken Marriage Vow, and then they decided consciously that the clothes will be based on the Igorot fashion and whatever. Kahit anong ilagay mo sa kanya, it looked like she was so at home with it eh. And then when I would see her even in Star Magic or even outside na nakamaong lang siya or whatever, the way she puts things together, same way with Julia. Alam niya kung ano yung babagay sa kanya. She will not go overboard with her personal taste. Pero she has that classic old school elegance na parang the way you would see it with say even the likes of Sina Rosa Rosal or whatever. Siya yung mai-imagine mo na magpi-period movie ka na maganda pa rin siyang damitan. And that's how I feel about Jody.
You remember Jody's look in one of the ABS-CBN balls. She had this pink outfit, blush pink, na may belt, spaghetti straps, and then a ball skirt na tulle. And her hair, silver, cropped. So she stood out, but was still there's so much restraint. Still very her. And then it shows also her adventure side.
Yes.
Diba? Her look, her, color of her hair, the cut itself. So it's important that they still show those elements of themselves kahit na nasa red carpet or even when doing a show. But like for this photo, a lot of the shoots that we have are also collaborations with the artists. Kasi we make them try the different clothes prior to doing the layouts. And you'll see they're gonna say, oh, this is not me.
Yes.
And then that's where we'll collaborate with the stylist and we'll edit and we'll see, okay, how about we do this and we do that. So the shoots are a lot like that, which is why we get so much insight into their styles. Kasi meron talagang, there are really some artists who just wear everything.
Kasi from what I hear about her, siya yung ganun eh. She knows what looks good on her. She knows kung ano yung kaya niyang dalhin. So doon siya maglalaro. And then when she was wearing that pink ensemble, it was also something na I wanna be playful, I can do this. Next one, Alden Richards. And I think nasabi na rin ni Butch a lot why Alden fits that mold. But I met Alden on several occasions, whether it's like in a restaurant lang or for example, he's just a guest na wala mang masyadong gagawin in a launch or whatever. Bisita lang siya halimbawa nung may-ari or nung head. Pero yung sa kanya, he knows how to carry himself. He knows how to dress himself for the right occasion. And that's what we were also saying. I guess he has the right proportions to carry a lot of outfits. Sabi nga kanina, magaling siya pag nakasuit. Pero kahit naka-casual lang siya, alam mong may forma na pwede mong ipantapat kahit kanino.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen him several times, from shoots also to appearances to events. Yes, he looks good in a suit. But he adds that element na kunwari, it's a suit but he'll do sneakers.
Correct.
Parang merong konting ballet. It's not quite, he doesn't take it too seriously. You get that
Correct,
feeling
correct.
na parang he still wants to be approachable. So that's why meron siyang babaliin na element. Or it's a suit but he'll wear a shirt, a white shirt. Yeah.
Para
So,
pag nakita mo sabi mo, uy, interesting yung ginawa niya yan, Without calling attention to it. Next on my list, Marian Rivera. Alam mo si Marian, when she will go all out, di ba? Minsan may makikita kang post na parang binira mo na yung lahat nung suot niya ni labels. Kahit magkakaibang brands, she can put it together very, very well. And I've seen her also na she looks like she's naka-duster lang and everything. Pero, bakit duster lang? Mukhang ang ganda-ganda pa rin. Ang ganda-ganda pa rin niya pag sama-samahin. But when she wants to be, really gorgeous or attending an event or whatever, hindi ba ang dating niya parang Grace Kelly? She has that quintessential look about her na parang pag umupo siya, parang ang ganda-ganda niya, ang linis-linis niya.
Malinis naman siya talaga.
Actually, ang regal-regal niya.
Okay.
At ang niya,
Kinakisyo mo pa yung hygienic practices niya.
Kaya,
Malinis siya, mabango siya.
Okay. So, itsura naman, hindi ko na nga pagdududahan. At saka ang feeling ko, bagay na bagay sila ni Ding Dong. So like for the moment she stands next to Ding Dong, parang biglang nagiging, parang yung sa cake. Yung group at saka
Cake topper.
Cake topper.
Cake
cake topper.
topper.
Ay, ganun ang tingin ko kay Marian Pagkatapos, siya, simple siya. Hindi siya galaw-gaw. The moment na binihisa mo siya, parang siya prinsesa.
she has, you're right there, she has a very regal look to her. And I would say, like, in terms of her style, kasi she also goes through phases, diba? When she started as a mom, before she was really very into parang romantic florals, yung ganyan. Now she's going more minimalist. So you'll see also that parang in all her looks, she must be, it has to be pristine.
Correct.
And there's that element na parang it's put together.
Correct.
So she can never do grunge, yung mga ganyan. She
But
can't
actually,
do edgy.
Doesn't it feel like it's also a personal evolution? Kasi yun lang yung pag nakikita ko kasi siya, I never get the sense that it was something dictated on her. But it's something that she...
Is talk about evolution. Oo, kasi nakita ko siya nung ang mga damit niya mukha siyang school marm. Oo.
But that's why it's all the more impressive kasi nakikita mo that her taste was also evolving and it was going into how she was dressing up and how she looks, and she really looks so elegant.
Patagal na patagal, mas nade-develop yung taste niya. Yun. Kasi nabantayan ko yan from the beginning.
Yeah. And I think with Marian, you can't dictate naman to her because
I get that sense also na hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na yan hindi, ito ang susuot ko.
Yes, she's very sweet person. Baka sabihin niya na parang maybe this one na lang or something. So we've also seen that when we do shoots with her. I've done campaigns with her also, and kasi she likes clothes. That's what's so nice about her. Parang mahilig siya sa damit. So when she sees something she likes.
May babae bang hindi mahilig sa damit?
Merong ambivalent.
I'm sure meron. O
There's
kaya
a
yung
level
damit
of,
ang walang hilig dun sa babae.
May level of ambivalence for some people. Pero siya, when she sees something that she likes, parang, ito na lang. This is nice. Parang gano'n. So, those moments where there's that kind of reaction, when you get that reaction, parang nakita mo na rin how they shape their wardrobes.
For my number 3, I guess this is the young actor who comes closest to the sensibility I was saying na yung kinukwento ko yung French and Italian friend ko na at home, parang extension na ng si Joshua. He can go to a ball and look really, really elegant and, di ba, dashing and whatever. But I've seen him also in casual wear. Pero kahit yung casual wear niya, kaya mukha siyang pambahay o kaya mukha siyang lalabas siya at gigimik, parang pare-pareho yung dating. To me, for somebody who's young, who seems to have that instinctive connection to his fashion sense, I think that's really, really good. Kasi pag ganun, you can't really wear anything bad. You can't really go wrong. I mean, I've not seen a lot of the fashion shoots and whatever. But the times that I've actually seen him in social and formal affairs, that was always the vibe I was getting from Joshua.
Question lang, being from the style industry, nakakatulong ba na hindi buff ang katawan ng lalaki?
Depende. Kasi if you're buff, then you wear certain types of clothes, diba? You'll wear more, maybe some blazers na tapered or something like that if you want to show that off. Or baka more boxy, or if you're taller and so on. So, depende sa proportions. But when you know your style, then you're able to pick out the types of clothes that will look best on you.
After my number 2, Ann Curtis. And in fact, when I was doing my list, actually Ann was a little lower on it. She was still in my top 10. But I was having dinner with a friend of mine, tapos nakita ko si Ann, tapos bigla kong na-realize, alam mo, itong si Ann, kahit ata ang ipasuot mo sa kanya, parang trapo at saka tagpi-tagpi na lang, yung ginagawang basahan, it will still look so good on her. Again, to me, she's like another Jodie. She has that old school elegance about her. So if you wanted to make her look like a Disney princess, kakayanin niya. If you wanted to make her look like she's avant-garde, kakayanin niya. If you want her to look fierce in Fashion Week, kakayanin niya. Plus, ang pagkaganda-gandang babae naman talaga ni Ann Curtis.
Well, Ann is our 2018 Metro Most Stylish. So, early on, we really recognized na itong si Ann, you're right, kahit anong isuot niya, she still gives her touch.
Yeah.
And it's still her.
Yeah.
Everything she wears is Ann.
Yeah.
Very Ann.
Oh, yeah. Siya, you always get the sense that it's her personality na parang hindi inimpose sa kanya.
Yes. And actually, it's from social media also. Kasi nakita natin how they dress up at home,
Correct.
they do when, on weekends, how they dress up on weekends.
Yeah.
And that's how you'll see that
Yung taste nila.
Yung totoong taste nila.
And to think hindi pa rin katangkaran masyado si Ann.
Pero ang ibang proportions niya.
Oo, di ba?
Si Ann naman, parang, again, stand-alone mo siya, you'd think that she's probably a lot taller also.
She can go very high fashion.
Correct.
But she can also be
And
very
she has
relatable.
That mestiza look also. Na, I mean, she can rival those models in Europe.
So, galing. She's a chameleon.
Yeah, she is.
And with that face, di ba?
And with that, the number 1, which I share with Butch, is Heart Evangelista. I think even if you say, for example, that Heart probably had stylists before, she's been doing it for so long that I think it really is her taste already. And again, it goes back to yung sinasabi ko, yung comfort. I remember, we had, not a dinner, it was an after-dinner thing. So, nandun sina Bea, nandun sina Echo. Pagkatapos si Heart, dumating, humabol siya. She just come from an event and she was in a gown with shoes that high and whatever. So pagpasok ni Heart, pero isipin mo, uy, teka sandali. Relative to her, we were all underdressed. But nakikipagkwentuhan, this is the first time I've actually seen somebody in a really super elegant gown and shoes that high who suddenly squatted na nakikipagkwentuhan sa amin dun sa bintana. And when she was squatting, she still looked like she was so comfortable in that position. After a while, sabi niya, she removed her shoes. In a full gown with a slight slit, umupo siya sa sahig. Effortless. Ang ganda-ganda pa rin niya. Ang elegante-elegante pa rin niya. So sabi ko, ito ay talagang kahit anong idamit mo sa kanya, kadugtong na lang ng pagkatao niya.
You encounter Heart. There's that awe.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But for fashion, actually, what she has done is she made wearing gowns, couture, high fashion look so relatable, so much fun. It's like, it's fun to wear all the clothes in the world. Parang she gives off that kind of energy. And so for people who are in fashion, she's so exciting.
It's not a put on, It's not, sinuot ko yan to project myself. It's just her. It just so happens that it looks much more elegant, classy, and high fashion.
Siguro nga talaga yung marunong siya bumagay sa okasyon because the 2 years I worked with her in a talk show, dahil afternoon talk show lang naman yon. So hindi siya masyadong nagbibihis pero elegante. Siguro talaga alam niya talaga kung ano yung babagay for a particular occasion.
And I think that's really what's important. For me, when we talk about stylish, iba talaga pag ang personal taste ng tao ang pumapasok dun sa sinusuot niya rather than something that's dictated. Kasi makikita mo kung komportable sila o hindi. And to me, a person who is so comfortable regardless of what they're wearing, whether it looks like a sack, a trapo, or super high-end Valentino or whatever, to me, that really makes the difference.
Yeah. I remember in our story, kasi she's part of our Metro Most Stylish in 2019 naman. She talked about, really liking the clothes and parang having a relationship with, the things that she wears, the things that she owns. So, nakita mo na her joy, that joy itself when you talk about your favorite things, diba? When your favorite movies, for some people, favorite places for people who love to travel, but for her, it's clothes. So she's really in love.
What do these women do with the clothes after?
Well, they have big closets.
Oh, yeah.
That I've seen.
I've
seen part
that's
of
why
the closet.
Si Heart nasa attic ang closet niya.
They also auction it off after.
Yeah. So, and well, they try to pare down and just keep to some of the things that they will rotate. But if you can imagine several houses, several closets in different houses, and that's really what it takes.
Ang alam ko si Heart naka-aircon yung attic niya. Kasi
yes,
nandun
naka-aircon. Yes, oo.
Pero actually it makes sense kasi 'di ba sa totoo lang, kaya nasisira yung mga maleta natin. 'Di ba? Ang dito whether Rimowa yan or whether Samsonite yan or whatever, it's because our weather is so bad for preserving the plastics in it. Kaya pag mo dinaan mo, it's either natutunaw na sila or whatever. Kaya ang suggestion, ilagay mo sa air conditioned room. Maleta lang 'yun. Paano pa yung mga damit na ang pagkamahal mo binili?
Actually, kay Heart ka na sabi ko, pwede doon na lang matulog sa attic niya. Kasi at least naka-aircon.
Makakatipid ka sa kuryente.
Tsaka naka-dehumidifier.
Yeah,
Most important. So there. So yes, I agree, super agree. Heart is really the most stylish.
Looking over our list, makikita mo naman lahat sila parang people of substance.
Oo naman. I think it's just that our individual criteria are different.
Meron lang ako nakitang isang hindi.
Interesting. Okay.
O sige.
In your list.
Okay.
In your list.
O sino gusto mo? Sige, i-name mo. Sige. Sige, i-name mo. Sige. Ako kasi I agree with your list eh. It's just that my criteria is slightly different. Kaya sinabi ko nga, I prefer that there's more personal style going into it rather than yung napaperceive ko na there's a stylist or a glam team that's working.
Hindi, kita mo naman sinabi sa akin ni Kate, ang listahan ko timeless kasi meron kang Gloria Romero. Wala kang Gloria Romero.
So, Juliet, how would you describe my list?
Well,
kasi pinagmamayabang niya yung timeless eh. Oh.
Well, I would say...
Pinupera ka ng wafers kanina, di ba?
Oh, yes. I'm gonna get that later. Well, I would say parang this list really focuses on style itself of the celebrities. So it's also very current because all these names now, actually, this is still what they look like right now. So I would say like this is really a great list.
Okay.
No, thank you very, very much.
Okay, and best friend Kate?
Yeah, as I said earlier.
And Chokaran Juliet? Undated, Chokaran,
Like I said,
Hindi niya alam kung ano ibig sabihin ng chokaran.
very colorful. Your list also, I agree. It's very current.
Ikaw ang kakampi ko, ha?
When you scroll through Instagram, these are the people that you look up to for style right now. But I like na Butch's list has the icons.
Yeah.
Diba? It's
Better
fun
list, di ba?
I wouldn't say better, but it's fun to look back at how they used to look like and how they look like now.
Yeah.
And you would see that they maintained that look through the years.
Yeah. And with that, maraming salamat.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Kate,
It
thank
was
you so much.
So much fun.
Thank you very much. And till our next episode, again, Juliet and Kate. Thank you.
Metro.style.
Yes.
And this is Butch Francisco.
With Leo Katigbak.
Best 10 Bets.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.